Chilling with the cat. I'm hungry though. Hi, Matt J. How are you? Long time.
Hello, back again.
Hi, Nikki K. I don't know what happened there.
It's
But guys,
okay.
sorry. Just spoke briefly to
We did leave,
um,
didn't we?
yeah, to Leisha. I've been fine, thank you, Matt J. Thank you for joining us. We're basically talking about Scorpios. We're just talking about the compatibilities with Scorpios, okay?
Yes.
And as I've mentioned before, I was just briefly spoke to Leisha, Too Busy, and she mentioned that she's really enjoyed the show and she's been taking down notes. She was actually writing, some of the things that we were
Oh,
saying. So it's been very informative.
yes.
But this is what we're doing. We want to spread knowledge and, remember, it's just general. And I had to get my sister on board because she's the one that brought me into this whole astrology game right here. Okay, so, so yeah. So
But
as we were saying, we're talking about, yeah, go on, Nikki K.
But also, guys, even though, because she's my baby sister, my little baby sister, but she opened my mind to stuff as well. Because there was just a little bit. There was one time. Do you remember when I felt very stuck, and you said to me, "Look at Saturn, where Saturn is." And you go, look at remember we know about Terence, the astrologer?
This man, he's amazing. He made me understand what was going on with the Saturn thing. I was thinking, why is my life in disarray? And then I listened I thought I needed answers. So I clicked onto Terence. He's an amazing astrologer. And he said, Saturn is actually in your 5th house, Leo. I was like, oh, that's why. So when it came out of my 5th house, I started to enjoy life a little bit more. God.
Because you go to me, you go, look where Saturn is. And I go, it said my 10th house. And you were like, yeah, that's Korea. This is me. Huh? Because it felt like it was, when was, I think Saturn was in Sagittarius then.
It was one hell of a ride, boy.
What was it, from 2014, 2017?
Oh, dear, yeah.
Remember, I'm still in that.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, because I'm last degrees.
Ah.
So when you're last degree, obviously I'm feeling the Saturn in Capricorn in my 11th, but when it hits your degrees properly, that's when you get the benefits. Do you know what I mean? But we'll talk about that. But do you know what I mean? Just when you get the real benefit. But we'll talk.
I was just looking forward at the time to when Saturn was transiting into Capricorn. I was just like, please.
How do you feel it now?
This? It's obviously as what's going on. We're all as a collective experiencing and feeling somewhat the same way. But I was really looking forward to it coming out of my 5th house because it was just touching upon everything, blocking everything, and it's like, can I get a break?
It's too much.
Do you know what I mean? And Saturn is not for a Sagittarius. Sagittarius is about being spontaneous, being, traveling and, higher learning and just being fun and all of that. And then you've got this hard Saturn placement there. This doesn't work with Saturn in Sagittarius. It does not work. Saturn in Capricorn is at its home placement, so it's workable. We can, even though it might be hard, we can still work with the energies. But Saturn in Sagittarius, that's restricting your fun. That's just, you know what I mean? Don't even think about having any fun.
It's a lot.
When Saturn's in your 5th house there, especially in Sagittarius. But yeah, anyway, we're speaking about compatibilities and we were touching upon Libra and Scorpio. So if we could just give just a little bit of a rundown for those that missed it. Scorpio and Libra.
So Scorpio and Libra, they can help each other.
Hi, Cooley. Hi, Cooley.
Hi.
Tanika.
So with Scorpio and Libra, Scorpio can help Libra to Libra can help Scorpio. Yeah, Scorpio can help Libra to, you know, delve deeper into themselves emotionally, you know, make them really think about why they're acting the way they think, why they want to please people, why they want to try and be the good girl, why they, you know, also get into their mind of why can't you decide, make a decision. You know, I can help you if you open up to me and also open up to me
Yes.
emotionally. And
a Libra will be intrigued by that bad boy that people say, keep away from him. They'll be like, I just want to, I know there's some goodness inside of him. Definitely. Or I know there's some goodness inside of her. Or, you know, with Libras, they are about giving love to all. They believe in fairness and equality, and they don't believe in discrimination as well. So they'll be like, okay, I know that you've got a lot of issues going on, or you're very intense, but I know I can bring out your kinder side. So yeah,
they can. I think with Scorpio, Libra can help Scorpio to, you know, when it comes, especially it comes to like you know, opening their mind a bit to like different environments. Like sort of like beautiful environments, classy environment. Help them like with, even with how they dress. You know, because everybody, it's a second house thing. So the second house is like the throat, emoting how we speak. So like making them understand when you speak like that, that's probably the reason why you don't get to where you want to get to.
Yeah, definitely.
You want to, like,
yeah, I agree.
Help you view like negotiating. This is how you can negotiate. This is how you can get what you want in life, business, in life. Just help refining them, but also, you know, just try to make things a little bit more softer for them and make life a bit more easier. You know, so it's a mixture of delving deeper to why you're thinking the way you do, and also I'm going to help refine you.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like this pairing could actually work.
Yeah, I think so.
So it's
friendship, relationship.
Yeah, it will be beautiful. Let's move on to Scorpio and I believe Virgo.
You go first.
I feel with like a Virgo, because they're actually sex-tied in each other, if we're talking about planetary here, right? So it is quite harmonious. So I believe with a Virgo, a Scorpio will, again, this whole good girl image, like a Scorpio may feel like, it could be a Scorpio female, they could feel like, you know, this is the person that I feel that I can actually marry, you know, even if I haven't even considered the idea of marriage. This is wifey right here, or this is husband material right here. This person is very practical. They're very orderly. They're very reserved. They have class. There's a little bit of mystique to them, which I'm intrigued by. So yeah, I want to get to know them still. And also, they're very intelligent, because Scorpios do like to connect with the mind. So they may find that with a Virgo person, they're highly intelligent and they're very precise. They may find Virgos a little bit nitpicky and a little bit, you know, trying to probe, like, oh, maybe you should wear this, or like, leave me alone. Okay, but one thing a Scorpio may like about a Virgo is the fact that Virgos are generally lone rangers themselves. So they may like that they're given their own space to brood and allow the Virgo to be given their own space. And a Virgo may find a Scorpio to be something of a puzzle to uncover, to unpick, if that makes any sense. But there is a general interest with both. What's your take, Nikki K?
It's the 11th, 5th house thing. So with the 11th, so Scorpions, Virgos rule Scorpions 11th house. So it's great for friendship, you know.
And intellectual stimulation.
Great for that, definitely. You know, they can have great conversations for hours, you know, on the phone or with each other. You know, Scorpions can help them delve deeper into psychological things. Virgos love to learn as well, because they're ruled by Mercury, so they'll learn a hell of a lot from Scorpio. And you know, I think with Scorpion, or like, you know, the friendship thing, you know, it can help them, you know, Virgos can help them like open their mind to different things, because Virgo is, you know, mutable.
So they're able to adapt.
So
Yes.
they could open their mind to this and that. You know, I know what you're actually doing. This is actually the reason why. This is what this is. Oh, really? Tell me more. You know, and
Yes.
they'll have lots of stimulating conversations. Virgos can help. Scorpions can help Virgo know that, you know, I am loyal. I will be. I won't leave you, regardless of how you are. I won't leave you. But just don't get on my nerves too much with the nitpicking. You know, because I know
Yeah.
the reason why you're like that is because you are hard on yourself. You're
Yeah.
not actually nitpicking at me, you're nitpicking in yourself, but you're trying to project it to me.
Mm.
That shit needs to
Yeah.
stop, you know,
Mm.
which will shock a Virgo, but sometimes Virgos, they like when people are like that to them. They like when
Mm.
people are
A Scorpio will tell them the truth, and they'll have to face the truth within a Scorpio. They won't sugarcoat anything.
and after then with the fifth house thing, Virgos rule their, you know, Virgos, Scorpios rules Virgos fifth house, so Virgos can find that they can, you know, Scorpions will they'll find themselves opening up more sexually in the
Mm.
relationship. They'll try new things. They won't be too much of a prude. You know, the relationship will be very exciting, and not only exciting,
Spontaneous.
intelligence is involved as well. And we can have conversations, and they're showing me things in bed. It's like, ooh, you know, so there's a lot, and after they'll have a lot of fun. They'll have fun, and that's what Virgos need. They need fun, you know.
And not to be so orderly and practical all the time, and inject a little bit of mystery and a little bit of spice.
They'll also
So would
find
you say,
Scorpios. I think they'll find Scorpios more mysterious than Scorpios will find them mysterious.
yeah, I think that Scorpios will find Virgos predictable, but
Yes,
at the same time, they will like that predictability as
they need
well.
that.
And a Virgo will find Scorpio similar to Libra, like, I don't know, like, it's the bad girl, that's the bad boy, like, but I'm intrigued anyway.
Yes.
You know, it's my guilty pleasure that no one knows about. Shh.
Mm.
But yeah, I think this period will work.
Yeah,
I think this period it's got high potential.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the famous Leo and Scorpio. Your Highness, you may want to tune into this one, but let's see. These are squared. A Scorpio is squared to a Leo, which means a harsh aspect, right? So I feel like, I'm just going to give a little bit, right? I feel like with a Scorpio, they will find Leos to be very dynamic, very trailblazing, very hot, just like, wow, like, who is that? I just gotta have that, you know, to the point where they can obsess about a Leo. And then the very thing that draws them to an actual Leo in the first place, of being very independent, very strong-minded, very passionate, is the very thing that will make them become angry with a Leo in some cases, depending on how highly evolved that person is. Okay, they're too independent. That means they're going to cheat on me. That means they're going to leave me. You know, and it just becomes an obsession. The Leo finds a Scorpio to be very, very good looking at first, very sexy, you know, very intriguing, you know, all the rest of it. And then it's like, after a while, you're a little bit too intriguing. You want to find out a bit too much about me. I'm talking about the bad side, guys. There's positive aspects to this also.
Because we did it already, Scorpio and Aquarius, haven't we? We did it already.
We will go over that again for you, Cooley. You want to hear about that, but you know, the Leo will feel like this person's a bit too intense for me, and I feel like they're compromising my independence. You know, like I said, the very thing that a Scorpio finds interesting about a Leo being very powerful, very sexy, very dynamic, is the very thing that will make them turn inwards and fear it. Projecting, we'll go over it. We'll go over it again. Cooley, we'll go over it.
Yeah,
you don't want to miss that one.
Yeah, coming right back to you. We'll definitely go over it. We did it very early, but we'll come back to it definitely.
And it's a shame, because when we were actually doing it, we had no Aquariuses in the chat room. I was like, oh man, you guys need to listen to this, man.
Don't worry, because I think the square relationships are very important.
I mean, these ones can work sometimes depending on how highly evolved both individuals are. You know, they find each other immensely attractive. They like each other. The attraction, you know, it can be the greatest love affair of all. Passionately, the greatest passion that they both experience in their life. But then if they're not highly evolved, it can spill over to obsession, resentment, revenge on both sides. A game of power. Hi, Uncle Tony. Uncle Tony's joined. You missed Scorpio moon. We're talking about Scorpio moons, but it can become a game of, you know, battle of the wheels, like who's gonna, you know, trying to outdo each other. And but the bottom line is, it, you know, it starts off with passion, but the passion spills over into, it can sometimes spill over to hatred in the end. So what's your take on that? I went around the park and up the motorway with that, but I had to get to the point.
It's true. I think the second one that Scorpions can be very obsessed with is Leo, because it's a fourth house thing. And sometimes when someone rules your fourth and fifth house, you can have kids with them.
Okay.
So you with the Scorpio and Leo, Leo rules their 10th house. So Leos can help Scorpions to reach to that top and stay at the top, and not be too concentrated on relationship. You know, when we are at work, this is work. We are at home. We are at home. You know, I'm going to try and balance you out with that. I'll try my best to balance you out. And I also try to help you let go of things. You know, what you're holding on to is not important. This is the now. You know, how are you gonna reach the top of your goals? How are you gonna, you know, there's something in order for you to reach what something you've got to let go of. Do you know what I mean? It's about shining. I will help you to shine, but you have to let go of this. If you can't let go,
I will help you stand in your power.
We can't work. And what Scorpios can teach Leo is, you tell me you love me, you tell me you feel, but what do you feel deeply? Because you're very independent. What do you feel deeply? Because remember, Leo's opposite is Aquarius, and that's why Leos are so independent. That's one of the reasons why.
I know I am.
Leos in general, because remember, you take from your opposite. So
yes,
if Leos appear very independent, that's an Aquarius thing, you know.
Yes.
And you got all these groups and friends around you. What about me and you? You know, what about us in a family? You have a family together, but why you have all these friends here still? It should just be me and you. Do you know what I mean? So Leo will help them and make them understand. You know, we're gonna climb this career ladder. You know, I'm gonna show you my love, but you can't have all of me because I need it for my friends too. I don't belong to anyone.
Leos have big hearts. They need to share. They can't just be.
But Scorpion wants to possess that whole heart, and Leos
the whole being.
They can only give it to themselves and their kids. So that's one of the reasons why. Because the reason why they clash, because Leo's independence and Scorpions want to control all of you. I mean, Leos are not jealous of Scorpio. There's no jealousy.
No.
You know, because I think in the beginning, Leos are very intrigued by Scorpio, intrigued by their beauty, intrigued by their look, intrigued by their deep intelligence. But after a while, they'll start to see everything.
Behavior.
Even though Scorpios try to hide it, the more they hide, the more Leos see. Do you know what I mean? And so that's one of the reasons.
So would you think about this pairing then? Yes or no?
It can work, but you know, it'll be very fleeting.
And it depends on how highly evolved.
But I think Leos will come out of it a bit better, though. Leos will come out of it a bit better. But Scorpios, it could damage them. Because
I'm just picking up the energy here of Leo's trying to rise to prominence to the top and trying to, come on, Scorpio, come with me, whether in a relationship or not. And the Scorpio is trying to rise to the top of trying to control the Leo. So while Leo's trying to attain their career or whatever else is going on in their life, you know, that's what they're trying to master and control. The Scorpio is then trying to control the Leo. So they both have different.
Remember, Scorpio is all about let's have a family. Let's.
So I can be binded. We can bind together. We can merge. Because Scorpios are all about merging.
Yes, friendship
may work. I agree.
Obviously, this is a general, so you have to look at where the chart is. But I think Scorpio and Pisces is a 4th and 5th house thing for them. You know, so
that might work better. But not with Leos and Scorpios. Maybe a friendship more.
Maybe a friendship
than a relationship.
But I have seen babies and You know, I have seen them having like or marriage. I have seen it happen with Scorpio and Leo because of the fourth and fifth house thing. But Scorpions, you know, it's a control thing. Again, it's a control thing. And that's one of the reasons why it can end bad. And also Leos demand loyalty.
Yeah, if they can't get it, they're gonna have to just bounce.
And if Scorpion is not loyal, if Scorpion is manipulating, or Leos will bounce, and they will bounce
and
quick.
controlling.
They will
and one thing what a lot of people don't really realize about Leos is that once they do bounce, they never go back.
They don't go back. Scorpio, like Pisces, very rarely get over them.
Nah, remember, I don't think they ever will.
Remember, in your group, the first one that's loyal is Leo. The second one is Scorpio.
Yeah.
I don't even know who the third and fourth one is out of Taurus and Aquarius. I couldn't tell you. Maybe but Taurus are loyal to someone that's not loyal to them. So, so it's hard. But do you know what I mean? So, you know, you lot are the first, they're the second. But remember, Scorpio actually wants to be the first, but they ain't got it like that. It's just, you know, so, but Leo, they demand loyalty. So if you cheat on me, I will done. We're done. And if you things, we are done. Leos will feel no way to leave. Leos are very loyal. They'll stick by your side, but once they are done with you, if you try anything, they have gone. And
they'll cut you off. And that's with any sign that Leos behave like that as well. So not to say that we are holier than thou, but
we could talk about this relationship all day too.
Yeah, this is so let's move on to Scorpio and Cancerians. Oh, this is a very saucy one as well, isn't it?
It's saucy. It's saucy.
Or sensual and hypnotic in a sense.
Yeah, it's not I think Scorpions, they will find themselves more, you know, more grounded with a Cancer. You know, it's not going to be too intense with them. They know that Cancers, because it's a fifth house thing. You know, Cancers
for Cancer. Is it for Cancer's fifth?
No. Cancer. I mean, Scorpio rules. Where am I? Scorpio rules. Yeah. So Scorpio rules Cancer's ninth house.
High learning.
Yeah. So what are you doing? Yeah. So with when a Cancer meets a Scorpio, they when a Scorpio meets a Cancer, their mind starts to expand. They can start to understand themselves. They can understand why they feel the way they do. Cancer can also help them by listening. You know, with Pisces, Pisces will probe and tell them the reason why, whereas Cancer will just listen and mother them.
Yeah, tell me more. Do you want a hot chocolate and some biscuits with that?
It'll just help Cancers be more, Scorpions be more understanding of themselves, and you know, not feeling judged, and they can feel that they can talk about anything with Cancers. Well, Cancers will feel their deepness, but it will be more to do with like Cancers need security, and that's what Scorpios will provide because the fifth and ninth house thing. But Cancers will, you know, Scorpions will actually learn a lot about themselves on a higher level. You know? And Cancers, you know, what Cancer can learn from a Scorpio is to be, you know, yes, the past is important, but, you know, it's about living in the now, you know.
Yes.
It's not about, you know, dreaming of the past. We want it to be better. It's what it is. It is what it was. Let's just try and stick in the now. And you know, Scorpions can understand them. It's like they can have kids. They can have kids.
This is one. Yeah, this is a nice placement to have children.
I'm so sorry.
What's that?
I'm so sorry.
Not a problem. So would you say yay or nay with this pairing?
It's a yay, because you know, Cancer.
I think it works.
Yeah, because Cancers can help them. You know, Scorpions can find it. They can be more creative and open up their minds in terms of like emoting their feelings and having a bit of fun. But
we just had a "you been framed" moment, sis. I'm sorry, we're just Jeremy Beadle, man.
Yeah,
you've been framed.
Yeah, just like Cancers can help Scorpion open their minds, and Scorpions can help Cancers to be more like in the now, open their mind to things.
Yes.
You know,
Not to stay in
not
the
take
past. But the
things too
thing, there's an
seriously.
issue with them both being trapped in the past, in the lower vibrations of that connection.
Because they can help each other understand why they're trapped in the past. And with Pisces, it's all about trying to help them remove themselves from the
Move
past.
forward.
Whereas Cancer and Scorpio, they're very similar in the fact, but I think with Scorpio, it's more to do with revenge. Cancer's like trying to romanticize and working out why it went like that. You know, so,
How can I heal it? How can I make it better? How can I put a bandage over it?
and also
And move
they can
forward.
provide security for each other. You know, it's a cozy relationship. Cozy.
Yeah, I think Cancer and Scorpio is a very cozy and harmonious relationship. It can be, depending on how highly evolved each individual is, you know, and I feel like a Cancer will be very intrigued by the Scorpio, finding them very seductive, alluring, you know, just intriguing. And, you know what I mean? I want to find out more about that person. And Scorpio will feel like, okay, I think I can actually, just like Virgo, this could be like husband material or like wifey or something. Like, I know this person ain't going anywhere. I know that if I had a bad day outside, I can come home to a home, you know. So I feel like, yes, this pairing could work. Very peaceful. Even
very
speaking
peaceful.
about it's making me feel peaceful,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
It's dreamy. I think it's
very
probably similar
dreamy.
to like Pisces. You know, I
Yeah.
think if they did split, they could probably get over. Yeah, they can
They'll
probably
always remember each other.
remember each other. But I think if it was like a Pisces one, would be like, can't see them no more. Can't see them. I want to see
Yeah,
them.
because remember, as we all know, as you mentioned to me when I was even on my journey of astrology, Pisces is actually ruled by Neptune, and Pisces are the illusion. You know, Marilyn Monroe had Pisces in her ascendant, hence why she was able to display and project the image to what people's fantasies are, right? So with a Piscean, the reason why Scorpio may not be able to forget about that Pisces because they projected a specific fantasy onto that Scorpio that even if they weren't that way per se, a Scorpio will find it hard to shake because in their mind they have a perceived, look how beautiful Elizabeth Taylor was, right? Look how beautiful and stunning that woman was, right? With the purple eyes and all this type of thing. Not to say you have to have purple eyes to be beautiful, but she was just stunning, right? But especially for that time when it wasn't about looking like that.
And dark
right?
hair
It was
and
about,
that, yeah.
the dark hair, she was absolutely stunning. And what she projected onto the public was this immense, immaculate beauty, right? And we don't know how she was in her personal life, but what she projected onto others, that Piscean dreamy eyes and all of that. So I feel like one of the reasons why Scorpios can't get over a Pisces is because of the projection that they have projected onto the Pisces to be this specific fantasy when there may not even be that fantasy, if that makes any sense.
And whereas Cancer's more real.
What you see is what you get.
Yeah, Cancer's
If
more.
they're vexed with you,
They can
they're
open
gonna
up,
be
they'll be able to open up to Cancers, and you know,
more emotionally.
yeah, it's emotionally. And it may take a while, and Cancers will have time for it. Cancers
They've
will
got more
wait.
emotional. Yeah.
I mean, so I think it'll definitely work. It's a relationship.
I feel it will work. Definitely. It's very beautiful. Okay, so let's move on to Scorpio and I believe Gemini.
Damn.
There's a lot of obsession. There's a lot of obsession in this pairing.
It's an 8th and a 2nd house thing.
Oh, that's why there's obsession.
So Gemini's rule Scorpio's 8th house. So when Scorpion, you know, when they meet each other, Scorpion will be very intrigued this person's mind. How could they know so much? How come they know they've read so much books in this subject and that subject? I want to probe inside what's deep, what's going on, really, really deep, is going on in the mind. Then they'll find a very complex person, you know. After then they'll believe that they've worked them out. Then Geminis will show them another side.
Yes.
That will shock them.
And remember, Scorpios like to be in control, and that's not going to be comfortable for Scorpio to be in that position.
No. And what can happen with this also? So, Geminis can help Scorpio, you know, try to make them a bit more open to different ways of thinking and learning, and also speaking and, you know, teaching. That's what Gemini rules. So it's a case of, you know, this is how you can, this is the way you can learn, and this is what book you can read, and it just open up their mind to different things. And Gemini Scorpio can help Gemini in terms of like holding on to money, you know, not just spending, being frivolous. And, you know, this is what we need. It's a bit like Sagittarius, you know, this is what we have to do with our money, and do you know what I mean? But yeah, so with the 8th house thing, it is to do with like shared resources, and, you know, so Scorpios may find it hard to, Scorpios will want to share with Sagittarius, but they might find it hard because Sagittarius can be very selfish. They think
It's
about
Gemini.
themselves a lot and talk about themselves a lot. And Sagittarius may, in the beginning, Scorpio may like that Sagittarius don't ask them about themselves.
Or is it Gemini? Gemini, they belong to the same group, so Gemini.
Yeah, so they may like, Scorpios may like that Geminis don't ask, what do you like, Scorpio? What do you like, Scorpio? Because Scorpio like to keep.
Yeah, because Gemini are too busy being independent.
But
they got time for obsession.
But then it might grate Scorpio. Like I know, I know a lot about you. Don't ask about me. You ask what I'm feeling. You know what you said really hurt me. You know, and it could also actually cause a psychological damage to Scorpio.
Yeah,
because 8th house is psychological.
That the Gemini is too detached.
Do you know what I mean? And also, this relationship is quite powerful in the fact that it can change Scorpio for the worse.
Or the better, the good or bad.
Age of Scorpio, like physically, mentally, emotionally. Because Geminis, they don't like to be stuck in one thing. And Scorpio wants you to myself. I don't want you around anyone else. Why are you talking to that person? Why about me? I'm just talking to them. But yeah, but the way you're talking to them, I'm like flirting. Do you know what I mean? So it can be a lot of miscommunication. Even if Gemini is not flirting, it can appear in Scorpio's mind you're flirting. After a while, Geminis may get sick of it and end up cheating anyway. Because they don't like to be constrained. They don't like to be, and that can damage Scorpio mentally. Because remember, the 8th house is mental and psychological.
Yeah, and I feel like with both of them, you know, even like a Gemini could be intrigued by the Scorpio at first, and you know, I feel like the passionate side of that connection could be very hypnotic, spellbinding, and then the Gemini might want to keep going back for more. But then they may find that the person is too, the Scorpio is too intense, and in some cases it can work because they depending on what is in that Gemini's chart, they may want to access some sort of reliability. So in a Scorpio, they will feel like this person's intense, but I know that this person's got my back, or this person ain't going anywhere, although they're a little bit too strong, coming on too strong, but at the same time, I like that reliability, although I lack that reliability or dependency. They won't like that codependence, and a Scorpio may become a little bit too codependent on a Gemini. How the situation will work is that a Scorpio needs to allow Gemini space, you know, and to keep that Gemini interested. The Gemini will always find the Scorpio, you know, attractive or whatever the case is, but if you're always present and always there, it will make the Gemini bored. So this could potentially work if they are ready to put in the work.
Might be long distance relationship.
Preferably long distance, because
just so that I don't get bored.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Definitely agree. So yay or nay? I think it's 50-50. It definitely, Gemini's all about long distance. As long as I get my space, because they may find a Scorpio to be too much. Okay, so Taurus and Scorpio opposites. Ooh, child.
So it's a 7th house thing. So Taurus is
so marriage.
Yeah, it's a marriage partnership, you know, business partnership as well. So Taurus can help like Scorpios can help, or Tauruses can help Scorpio, stick to their guns in terms of like if they're negotiating something, and not like feeling too, especially if it's business, not feeling too emotional in business. You got to stick to your guns. You got to be professional. You know, don't get over emotional in things. Just really stick to your guns, and don't be swayed by anything. And also, in terms of like, you know how they, in terms of dressing, Scorpios can find themselves dressing a bit more refined. They can find themselves even more refined in whatever they're doing as well. Even how they speak, they can find themselves a bit more patient. Tauruses will listen to them, you know, will help guide them, will give them advice. And the same thing, you know, it's a seventh and first house thing. So, you know, Scorpios can help Tauruses look at themselves, look at their body, look how they're treating themselves. You know, how come you got no self-discipline, Taurus? You know, you need to treat your body right. You're beautiful. So why are you, you know, Scorpions are very bam, you know, and also, you know, if you're thinking of that in terms of like health, Scorpions are more healthier than Taurus.
Okay.
Because Taurus is, you know, they're Venus. They love, I'm Venus moon, yeah? I love, you know, fruit, you know, sweets and chocolate. But Scorpios will be like, okay, you can eat that, but just eat two. Don't eat the whole pack. You know, and it can hurt a Taurus, but Taurus will understand it's for the health, it's for my benefit of my health, for my body. You know, so Scorpios can help Taurus, you know, take care of their self, their body, and not be afraid to like sort of feel and emote. Because Taurus is earth. It's like they feel, but it's more grounded. So
3D pleasures.
Right. So, but also, you know, they can work together on like business and, you know, themselves. But what can hinder relationship? You know, they're both stubborn.
They won't want to back down. They both want to be in charge.
Yeah, they're both.
And I feel like the Taurus person may find the Scorpio person very intriguing at first, which all signs do at first. But then when it starts to, that intriguingness starts to infringe upon their peace, because Taurus like peace as well, peace and quiet. They may find this intensity is not for me. It's too much. I like peace and quiet. And Scorpio, yes, with their intensity, they can become, not all the time, but guys, remember, it's just a general, depending on how highly evolved that Pacific sign is, where they're at in their evolution, as they say. They could be very argumentative. And remember, Taurus is like peace and harmony, very Venus-like, isn't it? So it's like the very thing that turned them on about the Scorpio will be the very thing that makes them run. A Scorpion will find a Taurus person to be very beautiful and maybe gloss over any sort of bad traits. I mean, we all have good and bad traits, but any sort of traits that are not as harmonious to their liking, and they may pull a Taurus up on that, like, but you're supposed to be this way inclined. They will have an idea of how that Taurus person is supposed to be, and if the Taurus does show any sign of being human, it may enrage, you know, outrage the Scorpio person, because they will put the Taurus on a pedestal, something to be quite mindful of as well. You know,
but I think also with Scorpion, they can emote very quickly, whereas Taurus is a build. It's a slow build.
Yeah.
So Scorpions can actually help Taurus, like help to just emote, not be patient and waiting and thinking and, you know, let's wait until next year, next month. Make a decision now. You know, it can also, you know, with Tauruses, they hoard. So Scorpions can actually help them, you know, you don't have to have this. You can actually throw it away. You don't have to hoard all this. You know,
and if they say, but I need to, the Scorpio can delve. Why is the need to be a psychologist and make them transform? Because remember, Scorpios are all about transformation, and anything it touches, it wants to transform it, you know, whether for good or ill.
So they can try.
In some cases.
I would say this relationship could work.
I think so.
I think it could work, but obviously there's gonna be a lot of negotiation needs to be had. Like Tauruses can't just go silent when things are not going their way, and Scorpions can't just while out when things are not going well. So there's gonna be a lot of like push and pull, but it could work.
I believe so. And you know, after the Taurus sign is Aries, but unfortunately Kuli wasn't there, so we're gonna go over Aquarius and Scorpio for you. Your take on this pairing, Nikki K, please.
So Aquarius and Scorpio. So Aquarius, Scorpios can help when this pairing comes together. It's going to be like a meeting of two minds, but not two minds. So the case of you, when Scorpio sees Aquarius, it's like this person is around this group of people. How do they know so much people? How come they know so much things that's going on?
They'll be drawn to their popularity, drawn to their stardom, right?
Very much so. And then when Aquarius sees Scorpio, oh, who's this quiet person in the group? You know, this person not say anything, but they know so much as well. They know about people's deepest emotions, deepest things, deepest. How do they know? So once they get together, the sex can be, you know, it could be like out of this world.
Explosive.
But then after, the differences can come, whereas Aquarius don't like to, they don't really like, they find it very hard to emote emotionally. It's all about the mind. So Scorpio is going to try to help Aquarius to emote emotionally, connect to the heart, should I say. And, you know, Aquarius can find it very uncomfortable because they don't like to like really delve deep. They're all about the mind and meeting others and organizations and, you know, protests, humanitarianism. You know, that's where we're gonna, that's my love. That's where I'm gonna show my love. But Scorpios want to know the deeper side of you. And
they want to merge. They want to merge. And Aquarius are all about detachment and socializing. So there's a huge contrast there. I want to merge with you. I want closeness. I want intensity. I've got a meeting with my friend at the coffee shop in that way. So it's going to be.
It's very, obviously this is a general, you know, because you could be Aquarius and your moon can be in, I don't know, Cancer.
Or someone like that. Thank
you. So do you know what I mean? So it could be, your moon could be in Cancer, or it could be in, I don't know, an earth sign. You know, it's the general, but you know, so Scorpion actually tries to help, you know, once they come into a relationship with an Aquarius, is to actually help them connect to their roots, connect to their heart, connect to their soul, connect to what they actually love on a deeper level, not just on the mind. And what helps Scorpio do, because the 4th and 10th house thing is, when you're reaching that goal, try to be a bit more open-minded. Let's try to think outside the box. Let's not try to stick to what we know. You know, try to not be so stubborn. If people are giving you ideas, you know, this is a case of, you know,
try to network more as well.
Try to network more. Don't stick to like the same old people. You know, what about joining my friends as well? That you never know who you could. Oh no! You see, that's what I'm talking about. You're not good. You're not open. You don't even think about opening your mind to this.
The conflict happened now. Argument broke out.
Yeah, there's a definite conflict because Aquarius doesn't want to open up emotionally, and you know, Scorpio doesn't want to like go outside the box when it comes to their career. You know, so this is a so you know, this is a definite clash, battle of the wills. You know, the career thing, but also when it terms of career and the 4th house. The 4th house and the career is about trying to find, if they do come together and they last, is about trying to find balance in work and relationship. You know, it's about, you know, leaving, you know.
So say that again, Nikki K. 4th house, and what's the other house that is activating?
4th and 10th house. So 10th house is like the fame, career, and the 4th house is about your home and roots. The 4th
and roots,
house,
yes.
10th house is ruled by Capricorn, and 4th house is ruled by Cancer.
But so the thing is, yeah, but
you see the opposites there.
Yeah, exactly. The Cancer and Capricorn there. But with that 4th house there, maybe there could be like potential relationship blossoming out of that pairing, Aquarius and Scorpio, isn't it? With
I think if Aquarius doesn't have a nervous breakdown because they're ruled by the nervous system, then that's when the Scorpio comes to save them.
Okay, to keep them in emotional control and all that.
Like emotional check. So if it's like, you know, obviously it's a general. So if things just get a bit too much and the mind just goes, Scorpion, because it's ruled by the 8th house, they can actually save them by doing that psychological thing and to healing them. Yeah, healing their mind.
And I feel like with a Scorpio, they may find Aquarius too detached at times, and what they like to merge and so forth. But at the same time, they will find Aquarius to be very exciting, very unpredictable. Although it may make them feel a little bit uncomfortable, because remember, Scorpios are about predictability and control. I need to know what's going on next. You don't need to know what my movements are going to be, but I need to know what your movements are going to be. But Aquarius may keep them entertained, you know, and they would like that star-like quality that Aquariuses do have, and the ability to merge with different groups and so forth. They'll be intrigued, but they may prefer to stand in the background and watch from the background, not wanting to join them. So this could be even a secret relationship in some cases.
This could be a secret relationship, but it might be not, you know, especially in the beginning, you know, it feels like it could be close, but after a while, I think Scorpions may realize, you know, if I want to be in this with this partner, I can't push too hard.
Yeah, I'll chase them away.
I'll lose, mindfully, I'll lose them.
Yeah. And their whole aim is to merge with them, you know. So guys, have you got any questions about the signs the sign Scorpio before we wrap up this interview? I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Any questions about the sun or the moon or the Mars, whatever, the, you know, anything about Scorpios?
Feel free. If not, it's fine. No problem, no problem.
I hope you enjoyed that, Cooley.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it.
Did that make sense to you with the Aquarius and Scorpio?
But it is a general, guys. You know, obviously you've got to look at where, you know, if you're Aquarius or Scorpio, what moon sign you are, what rising sign you are.
Yeah.
It really does.
And Cooley, we touched, sorry, Nikki K, we touched upon the moon sign, the Venus and the Mars. So like Nikki K is saying, you have to look at your chart as a whole. Just don't go by the sun. You know, it's just a general as well, you know. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So yeah.
So how you guys can access your chart if you don't know, you guys might be thinking, how am I going to understand it? You can go to a site called Astrology, I believe. Okay, just type in your birthday, and they also got a sanitary one, a compatibility one, where you can type in your birthday, the person's birthday, and you can see if you're compatible with that person or not, or what you've got in your chart. But first and foremostly, check out what you have in your chart. So go on free birth chart on Google, tap in your birthday, and then your chart will come up. Then you'll see, boom, your moon sign is this, and you read about your moon sign, your Mercury, your Mars, your Venus. You get an understanding. So when me and Nikki K start talking about things like this, you understand what we're on about. Okay. I'm gonna grab an update of you, Alicia. I missed the last part. No problem.
That's the compatibilities.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that. So we're gonna go now, and we will join you. We join in next month for Sagittarius.
Next month is gonna be one big thing. We definitely, because next month is like the
just give the listeners just a quick brief update about the planetary alignment at the moment, Nikki K.
Well, because I actually do my weeklies on I've actually got a podcast where I actually do my weeklies. So for like this week is quite good because we have
sorry, Nick, Kulianika asks what website. Go to Free Birth Chart or CAF Astrology. And if you would like to follow Nikki K, she's actually a Sagittarius in Venus. Wow, I have learned. You're most welcome, Uncle Tony. You got Saggy and Venus. I love Saggies. I love Saggies. Sorry, that's just like a side note. But if you like to follow Nikki K, she actually does have a podcast where she speaks more in depth about the planetary alignment of what's going on now. So it'll be advisable to follow Nikki K, so you can learn more about what's going on with the energies and the planets and how it would affect you. Okay. Thanks, Nikki. And also, Nikki K, they can follow you on YouTube. You have a YouTube channel.
Yes, I have a YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Beyond Astro K. I'll write it down. And
you can like and subscribe to Nikki K's
sorry about that. Yeah,
Instagram as well.
So I've got a website is Beyond Astro K. I'll write it down. On YouTube, even if you go to my page, the link is at the top as well. And also, I also have a podcast as well, which I do weeklies. So feel free to check that out as well, guys.
And like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, and no, don't forget to like. I keep forgetting it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as well, guys. And yeah, so with this week is like, you know, this week is quite good. We have like, you know, we've got Venus, which is in Mars. I mean, no, Venus in Mars. We have Venus, which is in Libra, home sign. It opposes Mars retrograde. That's going to happen for the whole of this week, well, actually until Wednesday. So that's to do with like, you know, it's like about sex appeal and physical. And also, like sex, there can be some sexual tension going on, physical desire. It's a very passionate time. There could be some arguments as well. So be mindful of who, especially if you're at work, be very careful that you're not clashing with bosses and, do you know what I mean? But also use energy until Wednesday to like, if energy is getting too much, do some boxing, you know, to release energy because it's very at this time. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, on Tuesday until Wednesday, we have like the Sun trine Neptune retrograde. So that's beautiful time to really connect with your spirituality, creativity as well. Really harness that energy, guys. You know, also any type of like spiritual practice that you want to do is right. Wednesday, Tuesday is the Tuesday and Wednesday is a great time to do that, and you can find that manifest is going to be more beautiful as well at this time. It's going to be more your manifesting powers will be more.
Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Janita.
Hi, and good things we have. We have the new moon in Scorpio on Friday the 1st.
So could you tell the listeners a little bit about what is the power within a new moon? Why is it so important?
The new moon is about initiating new things. So when you have a new moon, the full moon is about releasing. So when we do like rituals, we have to release what we don't need. And sometimes when we release something, it can be extremely powerful. And, but when we're releasing, it's about bringing newness in. So when you release something, you have to also write that what you're grateful for. Because when you're releasing, it's so intense and powerful that, you don't know why you're feeling the way you are. So when you write what you're grateful for, it just balances that energy. And
yes,
definitely, don't you think so?
Mm-hmm. It definitely does.
And with new moons, it's about harnessing something new, initiating something new, manifesting something new. It can be anything that you're manifesting, but it's obviously to do with the planets as well, because on that day we have Mars direct, and this is Friday the 13th.
I just realized today that it was going to be Friday the 13th. I'm like, so explain to listeners a little bit about Mars being direct, because Mars is actually retrograde, I believe, at the moment.
Yeah, Mars is retrograde. When Mars, the sign that's in Aries, is retrograde, it's about going back over things that we need to work on. So it could be like when it was direct, you had an injury. When it goes retrograde, you need to work on that injury. You need to a bit slow, so you don't get inflammation, so you don't get injured. And it depends on where it is in your chart as well. But with it going direct again, whatever you worked on when it was retrograde, you need to implement it when it's direct. Because you're learning something when something's retrograde. So you need to learn so you don't make mistakes. Now on Friday the 13th, the moon is in Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by the number 13. Yeah, the death card is number 13.
Yes, the Pluto. Yeah.
Friday the 13th, moon in Scorpio, Mars direct. This is very powerful. Yeah, but we're gonna
powerful.
But we're going to be in the shadow until the 30th of November. So if you have, like, for me personally, when Mars went into Aries, I got because I got a bit of a knee issue. I started to do yoga. It inflamed it. Then when it went retrograde, I was still doing the workout, and it made it a little bit worse. So now, but no, when it went direct, I got a bit, but when it went retrograde, I started just stretching and walking. And I ain't gonna come out of that until the end of the month.
That's not long, so
but this is an example. So with the new moon in Scorpio, with Mars direct, it's going to be a very powerful time to initiate something new. We're going to feel that we want to go very full steam ahead. We do have to wait because we can make mistakes. We can butt heads with people. We can also feel very extremely it can be some arguments along the way as well. We want to
be mindful of that as well, guys.
Yeah, we want to be, especially on Friday, because this full moon lasts for a month. So, from Friday the 13th onwards to the next new moon in Sagittarius, be very mindful of who you're talking to, who you're communicating with. Even if you're going to start something new, whether it's a new project, start dressing new, anything new, be careful because of the Mars energy. Also want to, even if you're and also anything you're going to do is going to be full impact. It'll be impacted greatly as well because of that fire to it.
And a positive time to manifest, because it is actually a new moon also. So it's a time to not waste this new moon energies as well. Anything else, Nikki K?
No, it's just like yeah, we have like Mars direct. We have, what else do we have? We have that the Jupiter conjunct Pluto, but that's going to be for another time. That's the third act, so you know this year. But we have like the new moon. We have Mars direct, and yeah, obviously other things are like psychological. You know, the planets talking, but that's for another thing. But that's the most important with this new moon. Is very important. But just know that anything that you do like initiate, it could take a while, but it could be very quick and powerful. So yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
So guys, thank you so much for
my,
joining us.
like, go on my Beyond Astro K Instagram, and you know, and it's got a link to my YouTube, and yeah, it's all there.
And many more, guys. Okay, so guys, please join us next month, or maybe the end of the month, when we go into Sagittarius season. Something more playful and something more fun and light. I thoroughly enjoyed the Scorpio season. I felt like I was diving deep into Scorpio's psyche when we were doing this show. I don't know how it felt for you, Nikki K, but it was very, yeah. So I've come out of the other end, but I'm gonna go and grab myself something to eat.
Yeah.
And it's been an absolute pleasure, sis. Love you. I know that's not very business-like, but you know how I am. I'm a Leo, got a big heart, man. So anyway, it's been an absolute pleasure. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Speak to you guys soon. Thank you. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.